To Scullies around the world,
welcome to the Sunshine Coast.
My name's Bill Darby.
And I'm Susan Maynard.
And together it's our privilege to bring you our 2010 submission for Skal International Club of the Year.
Woohoo!
The big challenge for Susan and I today is that we only have a few short minutes to showcase the beautiful Sunshine Coast. The Sunshine Coast is Australia's second fastest growing region and considered one of Australia's most important tourism regions. Throughout southeast Queensland, there are a number of Skal clubs: Gold Coast, Brisbane, and of course our own club, the Sunshine Coast. Only a few weeks ago, we had the pleasure of inviting both the Gold Coast and Brisbane clubs to a joint meeting. What a great opportunity for new members like myself to get introduced to operators in other regions. Our club's a progressive club, and it has been for a number of years. We were successful in winning the 2008 Club of the Year award, and that was a real shot in the arm for us. It was fantastic for membership numbers, which have grown substantially since then, and also the professionalism of the club and the club's interaction with both the national and international counterparts of Skal. As a five-star hotel operator, a lot of our business is focused in inbound tourism, and as a new property, it was important to us to develop relationships within those communities. I found no better way than Skal to be able to do that. In tourism, it's always our aim to provide the best possible service. And I tell you what, sometimes it's not an easy industry either. So when we're dealing with people who we've got social contact with through a network such as Skal, it just makes the whole thing so much easier.
Last year, Skal International Sunshine Coast approached me as the head of the tourism department in a peak training institution on the Sunshine Coast to help them develop a bursary fund for future tourism employees. This bursary has been named the John Wadmore Bursary. This is in memoriam for our founding member back in 1995, who sadly has since passed away. The funds that are being raised for the bursary will go towards a student who will complete their course in a diploma or a certificate level, and that will give them the advantage of becoming one of our tourism professionals and a young Skal member.
Our business-to-business desk that we established at our last National Congress was something that's been picked up by other clubs. It's another opportunity where we can network and share the information of the respective products that we offer, unique to our region, and where we can display them to other operators. The tourism industry is a close-knit community, and an organisation like Skal International really does make it that much closer. From the beginning, what impressed me was Skal Sunshine Coast's professionalism. From the executive right through to the members, the commitment is there on a monthly basis to make sure that members really do get something out of their membership. We can all be part of networking organisations, but we can't all be part of international networking organisations that have the heritage and the respect around the world of Skal International. And professionalism means more than just organising monthly lunches and meetings, although that's important. That's the bread and butter of why we attend that networking. But it's other initiatives of the executive, like working on Skal's standing orders and also an operations manual, which are two things that our club identified as very important for succession planning. We understand that as a volunteer organisation, we'll have executive members come and go from time to time, but what's important is that we've got a standard set of operating guidelines where a new executive can come in and continue the operations of the club with the same professionalism as it's been operated in the past. This is something that we've also voiced at a national level, and we've seen keen interest from other clubs to adopt similar processes. Not just relying on the international part of the organisation, but taking ownership for ourselves of what good, consistent club governance means to us and ensuring that we've got the documentation there to follow that through. This is something that we're really proud of, and continuing to work with the National Executive, our committee is looking forward to refining our procedures to ensure an enjoyable club environment and ongoing good governance moving forward.
And recently, Skal International Sunshine Coast went into partnership with the region's largest newspaper network. This partnership will not only enable us as a club to increase our exposure across the Sunshine Coast, but it now gives our tourism operators the ability to connect with this newspaper network and promote their own businesses.
Skal is all about doing business amongst friends, and there's no better way than we do it here on the Sunshine Coast. With our monthly meetings held at some of the most beautiful restaurants along our 60-kilometre stretch of coastline, we get the opportunity as members to listen to guest speakers, to network with tourism professionals from all aspects of tourism to share in an environment where we really can do business amongst friends.
G'day, my name's Mark Jones. Our business is Sunshine Coast Brochure Display. I've been a member of Skal for 6 years. In my business, I don't get much of a chance to talk to my customers. So what I found with Skal, I can go along to our monthly meetings in a nice restaurant overlooking our beautiful Sunshine Coast and have a chat to them. And we discuss any issues that we may have, and 99% of the time we don't have any issues, so we just have a nice drink and enjoy ourselves. That's what I enjoy about Skal.
Our Restaurant of the Year award is an excellent way for Skal International to give back to the hospitality that we've been offered by the restaurants who have hosted us throughout the year. Simply by scoring each restaurant on quality, service, food and presentation, we vote on a Restaurant of the Year and then are able to do a presentation for that restaurant. Each of the restaurants that host us throughout the year know that they're going to be rated and know that they'll get great publicity from being our Restaurant of the Year, and that's how we're able to give back to them. There are people in our industry that go through hard times, and through the Floriment Volkart Fund, there's a great opportunity for us to help our fellow operators, often people we don't know in other areas, but people that really need support. It's been a milestone year for Skal International Sunshine Coast. Not only have we formed strong media partnerships, but we've expanded our membership not only in numbers, but also in the professional diversity of our members, which contributes so much to our monthly meetings and the networking opportunities that we as members get from it. Well, we hope you've enjoyed our submission as much as we've enjoyed bringing it to you. So in the spirit of Skal, the Skal Toast. To fellow Skullies everywhere, happiness, good health, friendship, long life, Skal.
Take 75.
We've got to do another toast. I can't believe you finished your drink. Oh well. Here's to Skal. Through the Floriment Volkart Fund.
And another initiative that Sunshine Coast Skal has...
Through the Floriment Volkart.
I've been in the tourism now. I need some blinkers.
Yeah, through our Floriment Volkart Fund. Is that right?
Where's my green M&Ms?
The tourism industry is a close-knit community, and an organisation. What was the start of that sentence? We've developed our John Bodmore.
That doesn't help me at all. That's all, folks.
That did go well.
It did go well.
It's been a big day, hasn't it?
It's been a big day.